What's up, travel fam? And happy new year and 2023 or 2024. Happy 2024. So here we are. It's a new year, man, and we're just gonna give you like a quick little rundown of what's coming up, what's going on in our life, and what we accomplished throughout this past year. So I want to reflect a little bit and just look back on this last year.
One thing that happened was Nakai became Fortnite obsessed. That's why you hear him in the background. He's playing Fortnite.
Yes.
And we got a new dog.
We did get a new dog. I guess we'll go with that first. Her name is Ina. If you don't know, we're Cowboy Bebop fan. That's like my favorite anime. I don't watch a lot of anime, but we watched that one. In the show, there's a dog called Ein. So I always said, like, if I get a little dog, it's got to be a corgi, and we're gonna name it Ein. But she's a female, so we're naming her Ina, and she's the best dog
She is.
ever. But looking back on the year, man, like, we had a lot of good times. We did some cool things, you know. We seen some historic places, the oldest McDonald's, some random stuff in downtown LA, you know. We hit up Zion National Park. I did the most deadly hike in America, Angel's Landing. That was on my bucket list, knocked that off. Did a lot of stuff. Celebrated Nakai's birthday at the Santa Monica Pier. Probably my most popular video, the most organic reach, was the Hollywood Museum video. That was a really popular video. Jasmine actually edited that one all herself. We did SeaWorld San Diego. We've seen some historic cottages in Crystal Cove.
Oh yeah. Those are cool.
Bronson Batman Caves, Griffith Observatory.
Which is like the closest we had ever gotten to the Hollywood sign since we've been here, so that was pretty cool.
Smorgasburg, which is a foodie heaven.
Oh
down
yeah,
in LA.
oh man, those fries were good, I remember.
Her brother came out to visit us. He was the only family member on her side that came out to see us, so that was cool. He's in some of our videos. Shout out to D. And yeah, we just did a lot of awesome stuff, man. Our last road trip was the PCH. It's a road trip I always wanted to take on the Pacific Coast Highway, so we knocked that out, traveled up to PCH, and hit up Santa Cruz, Mystery Spot, just some historic, like, beautiful locations out there. So we did a lot of good stuff.
We went to Monterey, California.
But just go check out those videos and catch up if you need to. Yeah, so what's happening and what's going on? So if you don't know, I am in the military, so that's like my real job. Obviously, I'm not a YouTuber full time. I only got like 200 something subscribers.
Not yet.
But yeah, my full-time job is I'm in the military. I'm in the Navy, and I didn't tell anybody, at least over YouTube. But for a while there, I was gonna go to Guam, so we were planning on living the island life and going to Guam. You know, I was thinking about, you know, awesome, go to Guam, we're gonna travel to Southeast Asia when I take leave and stuff like that. And then, like, about a month before I was supposed to leave, we got a notification that both our kids got denied for their overseas screening. If you're not familiar with that, the military, take your family overseas, you gotta get certain screenings and stuff. And so that's one of the things. So the reason Guam denied my kids at the last minute, and we initially thought they were good, is because they're not vaccinated. Nothing to do with the COVID vaccine or anything like that. But they're not vaccinated like in general, like a typical public school kid would be, because we homeschool them. And we've had history with both the kids having adverse reactions, and we think there's something linked to that with the vaccine. So. And there is some studies on that. I'm not gonna get all into that, but that's a personal choice and something that you know, that's the route we chose to take. So they got denied because of that, and I was thinking, oh man, I might go to Guam by myself. Luckily, I put in a divert.
That was a scary period of time, thinking that he could go to Guam by himself.
Yeah, I was potentially gonna go there by myself for 2 years.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Like, it's a U.S. territory. I don't want to go to a U.S. territory for 2 years. But luckily I had some people in my chain of command that, like, had some connections and knew some detailers, and we put in a divert and basically request to change my orders. And I didn't really get a choice, but it was like a quick turnaround. A few days later, boom, Navy said you're going to Washington, D.C. Now, I think somebody somewhere might have put in a good word for me or something like that, because in my opinion, those are some pretty good orders to get slammed with. It wasn't just like I got slammed with anything. Like, I'm gonna be on the base. That's like the headquarters of the Navy, outside of the Pentagon. Call it the quarterdeck of the Navy. The Chief of Naval Operation operates on that base, so that's pretty cool, man. I'm gonna be out there in Washington, D.C. Not 100% certain what I'm gonna be doing out there, but now you know, we're going to Washington, D.C., so what's coming up next is literally in a few days, I'm gonna take a flight to Texas. I got a school that I gotta go to. I'm gonna knock that out. Once I'm done with that, I'm gonna fly back here to LA, and then a few days later, we're gonna hit the road. We're gonna travel across country. We'll definitely vlog that, traveling across country as much as we can. So that'll be in the video, so look out for that. And like, I don't know, a couple months or so, maybe we'll hit up some cool spots and we'll travel across country. Let me know what you want me to check out, you know, going from LA to Washington, D.C. What can we see on the way there? I don't know. I'd love to see the Grand Canyon. I haven't seen that yet, but I don't know if I have time to stop there. We'll see. But yeah, that's where we're going, man. And I got big plans for DC now. Now that I know I'm not going overseas, I get to live with my family. My family gets to stay with me, and get to go to an awesome new location. And I'm not gonna be like gone away from home a ton. So I got some ideas. Historical locations in DC, you know, all the best food spots in DC, you know, all that American history.
A lot of free museums.
Bunch of free museums, you know, we're gonna be, man, we'll be at the next president's inauguration, as long as it's not Biden, hopefully. I doubt it will be him. But put that on a video. You know, I'm voting for Kennedy 2024, you know, so if you don't like that, sorry. Anyways, yeah, looking for all that historic, fun, cool stuff to do in that DC metro area. There's national parks over there that I've never been to, the Appalachian Trail that I've always wanted to hike since I was a kid. We're gonna be right next to big cities, big metropolitan areas like Baltimore, and freaking heading up a little bit more north, New York. We're gonna be spending a lot of time in New York City, getting some good vlogs out there. Just checking everything out in Manhattan. Just if you're from the area in New York, you got some stuff that you know about, let me know, man. Because we're gonna be all over New York. That's gonna be
Hopefully we'll be able to see the New Year in New York.
Yeah.
That would be so cool.
When the next New Year comes around, my plan right now is to book a hotel in Manhattan, so when the ball drops in Times Square, we can be there, and we'll put that on the vlog. Looking forward to a bunch of vlogs in New York City, man. It's gonna be awesome. We got a bunch of LA, and we're gonna get as much as we can in New York and that whole like northeast area, Boston, you know, and just all that stuff over there, man. Like, there's so much to explore over there. Besides all of that, that's going to be super easy to get content. We're back on the East Coast, and we're going to be close to a lot of places. We're going to be close to Canada, 100% taking a road trip up to Canada, Toronto. So that's definitely coming. That'll probably be my first out-of-country vlog when we go to Canada.
Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls, yeah.
Yes.
So all that stuff, man. Yeah, so we'll be real close to Canada. But first, you might think it's crazy. This channel is called Donovan Travels, but I don't have a passport right now. My passport is expired. It's been expired for a while, and I've just been busy and just have other priorities. Haven't really had the time or like the need to kind of renew it. But this year, 2024, I'll be renewing my passport. We'll all be getting passports.
Yes.
So probably the first trip will be Canada, because that's going to be the easiest and probably one of the cheapest ones to do. And then after that, man, we got our passports, so boom, we're all over the place. Crossing the Atlantic, Caribbean, we're gone. Taking flights everywhere. So be worldwide travel at that point.
Official.
Yeah, so
That's cool.
hopefully, you know, stick along and just help the channel blow up. So that's kind of what's happening, man. Not going to Guam, we're going to DC, and we got a bunch of travel plans lined up. We got a new dog, the kids are growing up, And yeah, that's that.
I think that we covered pretty much everything.
Wait, include me in the video too.
Come over here.
Here's Nakai, who wants to be in the video.
It's like a thumbnail maybe, or like whatever.
You know, when you get a corgi, you're stuck living with lint rollers for life. They have a lot of hair.
That's true. That's very, very
It's
much
a lot
true.
of hair.
True.
I was not prepared for the hair, but she fits in so good to our family. I love her so much.
But hey, those of you guys watching and those of you guys new subscribers or people tagging along, you know, if you don't already know, I'm a travel channel. I do family oriented traveling most of the time. Sometimes I do it solo. You know, everything from just traveling to historic locations to different countries, which is coming up, food spots, just adventure, all that stuff, man. Go read my description of my channel. Like, you get the gist of it. We're kind of like all over the place, but kind of oriented around travel, because that's my passion. And
Always on the go.
yeah. I think that's it for the update. Consider subscribing. Hit the subscribe button. Drop a comment. Let me know what you'd like to see and what you enjoy. And anything you'd like to say, man, hit me up. You can find me on TikTok as well. And
You can hit the notification bell so you know when we upload new videos
yeah, hit that
to our
notification
channel.
bell. It's free, man. Might as well. I really appreciate any kind of support, and I love you guys. Shout out to the 200. Adios. Do I know?
Okay.